Here we go. So, welcome. I'm glad that you're here, whether you're watching this live or you are watching the recording later. I want to do some Q&A about the afterlife. So, if you're here, if you can put in the chat box, just let me know that you can see me and hear me. That would be really, really helpful. And I just noticed I'm at the, is it 33 seconds? 3 happens to be one of my numbers. I don't know if you have lucky numbers or numbers that really mean a big deal to you, or, when you see them, somebody is saying hello from the spirit world. But I just saw 33 on my computer, which is really, really cool. All right, get all set up here. So if you have questions, even if it just feels like it's a crazy, crazy question about life after death, go ahead and type it in. It's all good. I'm up for it. I see Rowan is saying hi from Northern Arizona. Hello. I recognize your first name. I think when I'm on Coast to Coast, you call in. So that's pretty cool. And Stephanie is saying 33 is her number too. So these numbers that we get, how does that all happen? What is that all about? And I have to tell you, it's because there has to be some way that our loved ones in the spirit world can get our attention. And it's not like they're going to walk in the door, say, ta da, and flop down in the chair and start talking to you. They have to use the physical world that's all around us to get their hellos, I'm okay, I'm still with you messages to you. And lately, a lot of people have been asking questions about, well, I now believe that there's life after physical death, but I want to know what's it all about. And here's a question here. Susie's asking, what and where is the afterlife? Yeah, where is heaven? Where is up? Where is this other world? People will always say, well, when folks are talking to their loved one, like, oh, I hope you know about this, or I hope you know I miss you, they're always looking up. Or they say, well, they've passed away, he's passed away, rest his soul. And there's always this tendency to look up. What does that mean? And it's a habit that we have formed to help us just cope with the fact that we're missing a loved one. We think that they're in a better place or a higher place, and the frequency is definitely different where they are, meaning how fast molecules vibrate is much, much faster. But that's not where thinking of heaven as up came from. It came from our attempts to console ourselves as humanity over hundreds of years. Heaven is actually right here. It's all around us all the time, which I know is really wild, you guys, to think about this. But when people say your loved ones haven't really left, they're right here, it is true. But they're in a different realm of existence in this space. For them, when they want to, they can see us. But for us, we have the limitations of the physical body, the physical brain, the physical eyes, and we can't generally see them. But they are really right here and living a different life now, one where there's no sickness, there's no injuries, and there's no death. Heaven is our true home. But don't be homesick yet, even though you have loved ones there. If you're still here, that means you still have things to do, experiences to have, wisdom to be created from those experiences and integrated into your soul. And they can see what you're doing and they know what's up, but they don't exactly know your future. They can kind of see, I think I know where things are going here. But as far as your future, that is all about a function of your free will and what you came here to learn. So let's talk about this whole afterlife thing. There really isn't a debate anymore about whether or not life continues after physical death. The debate has shifted into, well, what's it like when life continues? Consciousness is non local, and you'll hear that word a lot. And what it simply means is that your consciousness is not in your brain. Your consciousness is not even in your body. There's a part of you, there's a part of your soul that's in the body that is here so that you can operate your body, so that you can eat, drink, sleep, manifest in this life, and have those earthly experiences that help you to understand yourself, know yourself better as a soul, and to help yourself move forward and to help other people help themselves move forward. But you're not all here. I'll explain what I mean when I say that in a minute. And I know somebody's going to comment about, I'm not all here. Meanwhile, I also have Julie saying 33 is also mine and my son and spirit's number, and it's on their license plates. That's really cool. So what is the afterlife for? I think saying after is a misnomer, because you could say it's home, you could say it's before and between lives, because that is who you truly are, is that individual who is part of a unity consciousness and is aware of being connected. But it is easier for you to be aware of yourself as an individual when you are born here and you live here on earth. So when we're on the other side, from all reports in 200 years of afterlife research coming through reliable mediums and also spiritual teachers, from physical mediumship, we've gotten many descriptions about what the afterlife is like. We even have artists who astral travel that have drawn and painted pictures. And we can tell you, obviously, I said a while ago, there's no sickness, there's no injury. There's a lot of beauty, and there is a lot of looking back here at Earth also, not with regret, not with worries, but more with concern, wanting to be helpful, hopeful, and healing to those of us who are still here, and cheering us on. So even if you feel like, wow, almost everybody I relied on is past now, almost everybody that I really cared about or really knew me isn't here, or maybe you truly are alone in this world. And I hear this at the holidays. I'll hear from people saying, I have no place to go. Nobody's invited me anywhere. The neighbors will include me, but I don't really care to go. Everybody's gone. They'll just say, everybody's passed, everybody's dead. And there's a temptation to wish your life away and join them because it's so wonderful there. However, if it is your rightful and natural time to transition to the afterlife, you will go. You will meet that point of departure without you doing anything to make it happen. But when you're still here, that tells you right there that there's more joy for you to have. And unfortunately, there's probably still some sorrow here, because we learn through both. We learn through the good stuff and the stuff we perceive as bad and the stuff that really is bad and rotten and painful. And there's not a lot of help immediately around us here in the earth. We have to go and look for it. So one of your important assignments to do while you are still here is to look around you and see who needs some conversation, who needs some assistance, who looks lonely, and offer help or link them to resources if you can, because it can be really tough here. Now, you might also be in a time of your life where things are going great. I'm on top of the world. I got the new job. I've got my new place to live. I've got my big trip coming up. Everything I've been wanting. Wow, things are really good. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary, except on this earth, except one thing. That one thing is love. Love is the only thing that you can count on. Love is the only thing that never ever goes away. The body will go, jobs, homes, reputations, friends will go, come, go. But love is truly forever. And to have love of yourself first, and then the love for others, put on your own oxygen mask first before you help others, will help you learn more about the afterlife, will help you become more intuitive. You want to be real intuitive, you want to start being more intuitive, help somebody here. Help somebody, because it plugs you into the good matrix, that universal consciousness, because you're doing what your soul came here to do. It's not just one thing that your soul comes here to do. There's not just one soul's purpose. So in the afterlife, your loved ones are looking back here and cheering you on. And don't think that you're causing them any kind of confusion or that they have worries in the way that we know worries. They observe. They observe and they try to offer comfort. They try to give you a hug, get into a dream for a dream visit. They want to encourage you to just keep living, just keep going. And when you're really celebrating those little things and those big days when you're on top of the world, oh yeah, they're so there for that. They're there for all of it. Now, another question I get a lot is, am I bothering my loved ones in spirit? Am I interrupting their heaven if I'm talking to them? Am I impeding their growth of us as a soul? Am I hurting them in some way? Am I pulling on their energy too much by asking them if they know about this or they saw that, or to give me a sign? As long as it's you doing it directly, you're the one talking to them, you're not impeding anyone's progress, you're not bothering anyone, the more the better, because they do want to know that you know that love lives forever, that that connection is not fading in your heart either. They want to give you all the strength and all of the sense of trust to move forward in your life that they can possibly give you. Now, where you can get into trouble is if you're going and getting readings constantly. Because for me, I do a spirit guides reading, and that's just asking questions of guides. They're not the loved ones that have passed. And I do individual evidential mediumship readings. And that is, I'm identifying the spirit, giving evidence that it's really them and the message they came to hear. So if you keep having readings with me, you're probably going to hear a lot of the same things all the time, unless somebody new passes. What good does that do you? I would rather you get that reading when you need it a few months after they pass, and then move forward with learning how to make your own direct connections with your own beloveds, people and the pets who have transitioned to heavenly home. So don't worry about bugging them. Don't worry that you're interrupting something. Believe it or not, multitasking is one of the things that they tell us is a lot easier on the other side of life, which I think is pretty cool because I'm not real good at it here. Anyway, so don't think that you're bugging them. When people tell you you will heal when you let go, I couldn't disagree more. I couldn't disagree more. Healing is about being able to continue your life and find joy again in your life beyond grief. Healing is not letting somebody go. Keep the pictures up, keep the mementos around wherever you want them to be. Don't let anybody ever shame you or guilt you into thinking it's time to let go. You just simply process your grief in your own way and time and find healthy ways to do that. And always, always, always reach out for the help that's right for you in going through that journey. Another thing I get asked a lot about the afterlife is, will my pets be there? Will my dog be there? Will my cat be there? And I mentioned this earlier today. I was doing an interview for Carefree and Conscious, and it's my podcast that's on here on this YouTube channel. And I mentioned a story, which I'll tell you in a little bit. But first, I need to do a little commercial before I forget. I do a sat sing online. We use Zoom, and I've been doing it every few weeks. The next one is actually tomorrow, June 11th, but there'll be one in August and then one in October. So every other month, just about. We meet for an hour. We discuss a topic. And on the first half, we take a very short break. And then the whole second half, I take questions from people in the satsang, and they can be actual life issue questions that you have. And we learn from each other's experiences, which was really, really cool. I bring this up not just to do a commercial, but also because I think if you don't have a lot of people with a like mind to you or the same interests as you, you can get really lonely. So see if you can find a group that meets, things like that. So now I'm going to tell you the story about, do pets go to heaven? First off, you may have heard this before, but boy, do they go to heaven in many ways. To me, heaven is for seeing my pets. I love the loved ones too, but I know where they are. I know they're fine. I hear from them from time to time. However, years ago when I was a little girl, my granddad was a preacher. And after he did his sermon on Sunday, I would stand next to him as people were leaving, where they shake the preacher's hand and tell him it was a great sermon and all of that. And I'd stand next to him. I'm like 8 or 9 years old. And one of the parishioners said, "Reverend, my dog died. Will he be in heaven when I get there?" And without even blinking, my granddad, the preacher, says, "Well, let me ask you this. Would it be heaven if your dog wasn't there?" And then he had a wry smile. Everybody around had been listening. They chuckled. And I felt so good about that. And it has stuck with me my whole life. Who are we to say if an animal has a soul? An animal has a soul. Everything has consciousness. I never believed this before about rocks, but having been around crystals for so long, and now I've been collecting rocks, and I travel the world a lot. You follow me on Instagram and you'll see I've been picking up just little pebbles, different places. Oh my gosh, I feel like just the pebbles have some kind of consciousness of the earth, of Gaia in them. So how and who are we to say, how can we say, and who are we to say that a beloved dog or horse or squirrel, pet, whatever, doesn't have a soul? That's crazy. It's old dogma, and it doesn't feel like it comes from a place of love either. Another story about an animal in spirit, a beloved pet. I had a fellow many years ago drive up on his motorcycle to my office, came in, sat down for his reading. He was wearing a tank shirt, and I could see this guy was ripped. I mean, he's shredded, and he has tattoos, shaved head, very kind, sweet eyes, but a really tough guy. He has a tough guy persona. And I'm doing his reading. I'm bringing through parents. I'm bringing through all kinds of people. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's him. That's exactly what he said. Oh, yeah. And he's enjoying it." And then all of a sudden, I saw this spirit come in, and it wrapped itself around his neck. It was a snake, a really big, beautiful snake wrapping itself around his neck. And the minute I mentioned, "Oh, there's a snake here in spirit," he started crying so hard. I mean, the snot bubbles type of crying. He even said, "Sorry about this." And I said, "Don't worry about it. It's okay." And turns out he came for the reading to connect with his pet snake. Who are we to say animals don't go to heaven? That snake made a special appearance in that reading. I know there was some story about how he rescued it, and they were really, really bonded. But there doesn't need to be any story behind anything. Every soul is special. It's all really important, and that has been one of the most frequently asked questions about the afterlife is who's there. Yes, pets are there. Yes, even plants are there. There's an African violet I had for over 15 years, and it did not make the move one time when I moved across the country. And I was so sad. My granddad had taught me years ago how to breed the African violets. And darn it, but here I am astral traveling, and I walk into a place, and I now know that this is a place where I live on the other side of life because I've been seeing it forever. For my whole life, my African violet was sitting right there. So, did it go to heaven? Did I put it there? Who cares? It's just the people we love and the things that we love are there. I don't need to know how that happened. I have some theories. We don't need to go into it right now, but I can tell you that the the things that have relevance to who you are as a soul, the things that you love, not like the fancy purse that you're so somebody saved up for and got you. That's nice to have. It's nice to have a fancy thing that you really like, or a watch or something like that. You won't care when you get to the afterlife. It's going to be the little things like the plant or the Valentine's or birthday card that a loved one wrote you a long time ago, even though they're over there on the other side. Or maybe they're still here in physical earth. When you get to the other side, the objects that really meant a lot to you can be there too. I've had the loved ones come in and show me these big collections that they have. Like this one guy collected lighthouses. Somebody else collected these Jim Beam bottles that all, had something to do with a theme, and they're very elaborate. And I'm describing all of this, and my sitter, my client, is saying, "Are you saying they're referring to that here in the physical?" And I'm saying, "Yeah, but they're showing me where the stuff is at on the other side of life. They've made copies of it." An artist one time who passed was coming through for his wife, and he was going all Jackson Pollock on the wall. He was like painting the whole wall size canvas and showing me what colors he was using. I don't remember all the details, but when I said that to her, she said that was unfinished here. He died before he could finish that here. And I'm like, well, he's finishing it there. So they're not missing anything on the other side except you. Okay. They're only missing you, and they can see you when they want to see you. Now, I'm going to look at the chat. If there is a question, I'm going to see what I can do. Here's a question. I had to put 2 of my fur babies to sleep in May. Oh, 2. How often can our pets in spirit visit us? I know that Baron, my soul dog, who has been gone almost a year now, he comes in on his own accord a lot. I'll get that one sharp bark, like right in my face, and there's no dogs here. They can come basically whenever they want, and they may not always let you know. So that is a big deal to have 2 fur babies, 2 pets that you help to cross over in the same time frame. That is really, really hard. So my guess would be they've been around you a whole heck of a lot. And did they like to cuddle together? Because I feel like I want to be cuddled together in the living room. If when I read this, like both of them cuddled together in the living room, but they don't always let you know that they're there. So one thing that you can do is before bed is say, if you want to come in and cuddle with me, or if you want to come in and say goodnight, come into my dream, that would be really nice. Do it when you can. When I do that with my heart dog or soul dog, it usually takes a couple days. I don't know why, but like 2 days later, I'll be out on the astral and see him. Or a couple days later, I'll just be in the kitchen doing something and I've got the bark right in my face, probably asking for a cookie. I don't know. So thank you for that. That's pretty cool. I see our friends from Helping Parents Heal are here. Thank you for being here. The Helping Parents Heal conference, if you're watching this in 2024, it's in August and it's sold out, but they're going to be announcing live streaming. And I know that my presentation will be live streamed there. So go to helpingparentsheal.org for more, or go to my website, carefreemedium.com. We'll have something up on that pretty soon. Gretchen says, a year, it can't be a year already. Like Gretchen helped me. My good friend helped me. She's a death doula and a sound healer. And in fact, Baron's last morning, Gretchen and her dog were with us before the vet came. But yeah, it's going to be a year, a week from today. Let's see. The lady that I said if they cuddle together, they're probably still doing that. She said they're sisters. That's cool. And her husband's on the other side too. Stephanie says she's going to the Helping Parents Heal conference. That's really cool. I appreciate that. Like I said, the community, finding the community of like-minded people going through something similar, people exploring the afterlife, people sitting and developing their mediumship abilities or their intuition classes or conferences. Oh my gosh, I used to do a lot of conferences. They're starting to come back little by little now, but for a while I was on a board and I had a tremendous responsibility for putting together curriculum for conferences. Those were wonderful. And we would get comments all the time. Yeah, the conference was great, but the best thing was sitting at lunch with this person I met, or the best thing was stopping in the hallway and talking to all these folks. So, we really need to support each other in our grieving, in our wanting to learn more about how we interact with the afterlife. It's very, very important that we're there for other people. And right now, so many people work from home, which is fantastic. But it also can be days before you open your door and walk outside. Think about this. You can get groceries delivered. You can get pharmacy delivered. You can get just about everything done to where you don't even have to open your front door. And if you're not driving your car, you don't have to put gas in your car. What is that creating? Loneliness. And it's very, very difficult to feel an open heart and to receive the afterlife communication when you are feeling an overarching loneliness that sort of becomes like it's literally the wet blanket on the aura. And so get out, go for a walk if you can walk, or sit outside, get some natural vitamin D from the sun. I see Terry talking about she's sending me love from her schnauzers in spirit, baby Schnecky. I remember my friend Terry, when her dogs first were on the other side of life, I didn't know she had told them to come and let me know that they were okay. And I got the one sharp bark. Now, all my dogs were still with me at that time. So I'm telling her about it. And she's like, yep, I told them to do that. That was pretty cool. Now, another thing that I wanted to cover about the afterlife Q&A is people who feel like they are not able to meditate or not able to connect, and they use the term monkey mind a lot. I know that that's been in the spirituality culture for a while, monkey mind. So I just smile when I hear that because you're no different from anybody else in terms of not being able to focus on something for very long. And so if you feel like, wow, I've downloaded all your meditations and this guys and this gals, none of this stuff works. My mind wanders. Maybe sitting and listening to guided meditations or listening to music and clearing your mind is not your thing. Or maybe it'll be your thing later. How about this? How about a walking meditation? I was really fortunate to do this in several places in the last year and a half or so in Ireland, in a beautiful garden. I can hardly even speak when I think about it, and feel the beautiful nature energy and the elements there. And all I was doing was counting my breaths as I walked through, just counting my breaths and walking. Doing it in Egypt as well. Egypt is always hot. It's always humid no matter when you go. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm so hot. I'm so sweaty. Wait a second. I'm away from everybody else right now. And I'm looking at all these beautiful things. And I just put my hands on this stela, this huge block. And I started doing my place memory exercises that I do, which I do all over every place I go. And I tune into the images and the moods and the things that have happened there and the spirits that are around there and the moment too. And so I'm going to tell you, you can try that with a tree. You can go on your meditation and sure, you can hug the tree if you want to. Many people do. Some people say that they feel that they get to a certain place where they can feel the life force energy in the tree, but also just placing your hands on a tree in nature is exceptional for your grounding, your centering, your calm breathing, your calm thinking. And so you don't have to sit and close your eyes and focus. You don't have to do a mantra. Try different things that seem to ground you and clear you. And then always remember when you wake up in the morning, the first thing is, thank you for this day. I've got another day. I'm so happy. This is great. Ask yourself, anything happened last night? Is there a dream visit I need to remember? Well, that'll come up if you just ask, anything happened last night? Did you go out of body? You'll start to get the images again. Write them down or pick up your phone and record what's coming to you before you forget. I would love some help today. Thank you, Source, for the gift of the guides around me. Guides, get my attention any way you need to, but help me today. Angels, get my attention any way you need to, but help me today. That can all take 2 minutes or less and set you up for a day of intuitive insights. Little things, little things, little things, but those little things add up, right? And it can connect you with the other side of life, or the afterlife, or the before life, or the in-between life. I'm still struggling with terminology a little bit, because what happens when you have gratitude, when you pay attention to where your consciousness was while your body slept, and when you ask for assistance that day, is you are signaling that part of you that's not in the body right now, the consciousness that's bigger than what's in the body, that's bigger than the body. You're signaling to that rest of your consciousness, your soul, we are one. And then that taps you into all of the power and all of the love that is your birthright as a soul, a child of Source. And just a simple practice, and you can change it up. You can say different words. It's going to be your own. The best way to start your day is the way that you'll use each and every day. But just that simple practice will get you more insights, intuition, more connection. Enjoy yourself. Seriously, enjoy yourself. Alexandra says grounding is so important too. We don't get out and ground enough. Take your shoes off and go outside for a few minutes a day. Yes, it feels so good to walk barefoot if you can. If you can't walk around barefoot, anybody can sit down in a chair, take their shoes off, and put them on the earth. I think they call it earthing. Hey, whatever you want to call it, do it. We're getting hellos from United States and UK. Let's see, last time I was in UK was, last month. And it won't be long before I'm back again. Thank you for saying hello from there. Here's a comment. I'm walking barefoot outside right now. I love that. So I am going to do a little exercise with you right now. And a lot of people will watch this recording later. And if you're thinking, shoot, I wish I would have watched this live, it doesn't make any difference. The same effect is available to you. And you don't have to do this exercise unless you want to do this exercise. What we're going to do is invite the earth energies to run through us and to help us heal. So I'd like to ask you to either keep your eyes open or close. If you want to keep your eyes open, just look at a fixed point. Not that like you're looking at somebody, but just find a fixed point, like that chair, the top of that chair, or whatever. If you love having your eyes closed, if it doesn't bore you, put you to sleep, make you frustrated, then you can close your eyes. But a lot of us don't love the eye closing thing. If you think you're going to snore, even though it's only 2 minutes, keep your eyes open. Fixed point. If you're looking at the fixed point instead of closing your eyes, I want you to look now just slightly above it and then sort of let your eyes go out of focus. So you have a general point to look at, but you're not really looking at it. You're looking through it. All right, now I want you to take a big breath through your nose, in and out through your mouth. I'm going to take one now. And 2 more big cleansing breaths. Now, at the bottom of your feet, I want you to visualize, imagine, or simply know that a white light is entering through the bottom of your feet. It's coming up through the center of the earth, the molten core of Gaia, the earth, up through the ground. Beautiful white light now entering the bottoms of your feet. It's rising up through your shins, knees, thighs, hips. And this white light now enters the base of your spine and goes up, up, up your spine to the top of your spine at the neck. The white light now travels down both of your shoulders, your arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, all 10 fingers. The white light at the top of your spine at your neck is now softening and relaxing all the muscles in your neck and shoulders. It could even feel like there's a weight lifting from your shoulders. Take another one of those cleansing breaths now and invite this white light to go through the back, top of your head, the back up to the top. Any headaches or tension in your forehead now that receives the white light through your face, jaw, your neck, throat. The white light travels into your chest. And I want you to tell your heart to accept this healing energy of the earth if you feel so guided. My heart accepts the love from the earth. Let that white light now travel into your abdomen, in the core of your body. The white light from the earth now goes into every muscle, tissue, organ, cell, all the way into the DNA. Now from the bottom of your feet, all 10 toes lit up with the white light. A larger wave of the white light from Earth is going to come up through your feet, quickly going up through the body, up the spine, all the way up to the top of your head. And let this light continue coming out the top of your head. And as this light comes out to the top of your head, it expands and fills the room, expands and fills the city, expands and fills the country. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I reach 1, this white light is going to fill this entire planet. 3, 2, 1, expand. And we see everyone's soul on this planet smiling as it's bathed in this beautiful healing white light. The white light goes to all animals and people who are homeless, suffering, hungry. This white light goes and illuminates all of the folks that are involved in making decisions for governments, for our military, illuminating everything around them so that they can, of their own free will, see clearly. Now let that white light just simply shine. I want you to take another cleansing breath in. Draw your attention back to your body. And as this white light continues to run from the center of the earth up through your body, through the top of your head, draw your attention to the white light coming out through the top of your head. And now I want you to visualize or imagine or simply know that that white light is like a fountain. The white light is coming down all around you. It's clearing out everything in your auric field, your aura. It expands around your body quite a ways. Your aura is very large. And this white light is washing away energies that don't belong to you or don't belong to you anymore. Just washing them back down to the earth. Gaia will neutralize energies that don't belong to you and recycle them for future positive use. And now I want you to think of one thing that you would like the help of the source, your spiritual team, your guides and angels, one thing that you want their help with tomorrow, something you want their help with tomorrow. It can be very general. Help me to feel more healthy, make more healthy choices. It can be very specific. Perhaps help me with a difficult conversation. And now see it as though that thing that you need help with is already done. If visualizing it is not coming to you, simply say, "It is so." Okay, roll your shoulders a little bit. Whenever you're ready, you can stop staring straight ahead or you can open your eyes. I'm going to take a couple more questions. Whatever I see in here, let me know how you feel right now. Hopefully that wasn't too long to where you just zoned out. Here's a question. My mother died over a decade ago. I had many dreams with my mother afterwards, happy dreams. This past year, a couple that I worked with for 28 years passed. I haven't had one dream for either one. Oh, you know, dream visits are often very spontaneous things, but not every soul does a dream visit. They'll do different, they'll do whatever works for them in terms of letting you know that they're okay. But there are things you can do to invite a dream visit. And I'm a little bit running out of time here, but on this same YouTube channel, There is a video that's very old, I think it's 10 or 12 years old, that I made called Dream Visits with Loved Ones in Spirit. It's been in Wendy and Victor Zamet's Friday Afterlife report, sort of as a recurring item, because a lot of people have gotten good results with that. So just know they could find another way to get through to you, but you can invite a dream visit too. And here's a comment. I have a job interview tomorrow. And so the job interview, I guess you use that in what you're asking for the assistance from. Good, that's perfect. And here's another comment. Saw my departed loved one. Good, 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 good. Yeah, asking while you are in your full energies, when they're all right here with you, and you're having an awareness that I'm a soul and I have all of this energy all around me and it's mine, and I'm claiming it, and I'm connected with the earth. That is the greatest manifestation tool that you can find. It really is. So I hope that you'll use that again, change it up a little bit to do whatever you want to do, and know that the best daily practice that you use as a spiritual practice is the one that you will use every single day. And always be open to trying something new that resonates with you. So I'm going to let you go. I hope I see some of you at one of the satsings. Go to carefreemedium.com to find out more. I love working with you. So here's something I always say: sending you love with a capital L. That's not like how I love pizza, pasta. That's capital L love. Love from my heart space to yours. Bye, you guys. See you later.